In this video, we will be talking about stereognosis. So I will take you through different ways to go about stereognosis and how to grade them up and down. So I'm going to have Erin come back again. And we're going to go based off of her hierarchy as well from the previous video, in that she kind of was averse to the rough textures and the foam. So we did more of the softer wood textures for this scenario. So I found just like a pencil, a rubber band, some cotton, binder clip, just any items that you can find to have them close their eyes, reach around, and try to figure out what each of the items are to use that active brain piece of discrimination. Alright, so go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to feel around in the pile in front of you for the rubber band.
This one.
Good. Okay, now try to find the wooden letter. Good. Okay, now try to find the pencil. Good. Okay. So since she's doing so well with this, another way you can go about it is to do even more objects that are similar in size or texture or weight. Or if this was too hard, then I would take them away and have her pick between the two. Say, like, find the wooden letter out of the two.
This one.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, so that's one way to do it. For purposes of easy intervention too, what I have here are, I created a bean bin and a rice bin here. And they both have different types of textures inside of them as well. So the bean bin is, I'll show you here, is for patients with more minimal discrimination. So this would be the first step before you get to the rice. It's a little bit harder to discriminate since it's a coarser material. So what I have here is instructions for the use of bean bin and the rice bin. So with these especially, it's really important you lay down a towel because it can get really messy with people going in with their hands. It's also important that you always have either patients wash their hands or use hand sanitizer before you have them interact with the material, since multiple patients may be using the same bins. So the infection control is listed on the inside of this bin, and essentially you want to make sure that the bins are changed every 6 months or 20 uses. So you can keep a tally at the top of the paper or somewhere else to make sure that you're switching the materials out as needed. So I'm going to start with, we'll use the bean bin for this video. So I'm going to have Erin just grabbed her hand sanitizer and she's washing her hands. So stereognosis is mostly used for the hands just because it's easier to manipulate objects, and hands is such a common area of sensitivity. But you can also try it with your feet or other areas of the body if you want to get creative. This is the intervention that's going to be easiest for a patient to do on their own, because this is something they can explore on their own versus some of the other things we'll go over. You need somebody else to kind of help you apply the stimuli. So in this bean bin, I have some of the similar textures as before. I've got the wooden letters, I've got some pom-poms, I've got foam, which in her case I would take out if I'm starting off intervention with her. I would take out the rougher textures. Okay. So I'm just going to have her explore the bean bin first, just to make sure that she can tolerate it. Maybe just explore the items with her eyes open first, just to make sure nothing's too painful for her. And then when she feels like she's comfortable with it, I'm going to start to have her go through and identify certain objects. So I'd say, can you find a Velcro piece?
With my eyes closed.
With your eyes closed, yes. So the goal of this is to have their eyes closed so that their brain's working on that discrimination piece. So they're actively feeling between the different textures or materials. Good. Okay, now I'm going to have her find, let's find a wooden letter with your eyes closed. Good. So like I said earlier, a way to grade up to make this more challenging of a task is to do objects that are more similar in weight, shape, texture, and size. So, for example, I would have all wooden letters of the same size for her to discriminate among. Versus if I was trying to make it easier, I would have smaller letters. So another way to grade would be on speed. So I would say, all right, ready, set, go, like find a cotton ball. And just make it kind of a game based on that and see if they can get faster in finding their objects. And then, like I said, making a bin like this, the beans are a distraction, so that's a way to grade up. If you want to grade down, you can just do a small pile like I was doing before. Or you could do is this a wooden letter or is this a pom-pom? You can give them those multiple choice options. All right.